Okay, when you're done with your game and you have all of your pictures completed and ready to load on the site, this is what you need to do. I'm going to show you a few different things and a few different ways that we handle photos, and I may need to do this in 2 separate videos, which is just fine. It makes it easier to absorb. We click on Photos and you will get a picture of all of your albums. We do like to keep all of the pictures from the same 10 levels in one album. This one here for Coral Reef is completed, and I can click on that and show you that, well, I have Peaceful Seas, Coral Reefs, because we actually got 15 at the same time, but I could have broken it up into 2 separate albums. All of the pictures are listed here, as you can see. So that's a completed album. And as you complete your album, you also need to change your title. We'll go back to that in a minute. As you know, we did level 3910 as an example of a full layout picture with the scrolling charm. I have not added those pictures yet to my album, so I need to go in here and add 3910 to this album. I click on that album, and up here it will say add photos, which I will add, and I just write in whatever the label is I have for that photo. Now you'll see that I have a various different amount of things. I have actually 3 pictures here. This is one of those where you see top and bottom. That's where I had to splice. We'll do that later. But I put in picture A for my first picture. Remember that the labels on your pictures must always match the labels you're going to write in under here and the labels in your text. Since I'm adding another level, this is, once you've added your photo, this is where you change your title. I can write this as EI 10, which normally in an EI level I wouldn't do. Here, since this will be completing my whole album, I'll just put EI 39. If I was just adding level 1, 2, 3, we'll go into that in another album. But that's how we change our title, and we keep changing it until we get the whole level completed. After you've loaded that picture, you write in here, and what you write must match the label of the picture. You write pic EI 3910. I have 3 pictures for this level, so it must say A. That's why you see the A. Each picture that you have must be labeled. If you have more than one, must be labeled A, B, C, whatever the case may be. And then you write in there who took the picture. I took this one. I know my name isn't Patricia. It used to be, and you may find, because Facebook keeps changing the format of these things, it used to be when you started to write your name, it would show up in blue, and all you had to do was click on it, and that would save time. Now, you can also just keep uploading pictures all at the same time and print in one while the other one's loading. I'll give you an idea of what that looks like. See, it's not coming up. I forgot to put in the EI. You always have to watch. By the way, writing in the file name here is not case specific. You can write capitals, smalls, it doesn't matter, it'll still show up. Cannot be found. Oh, why can it not be found? That means I made an error somewhere. Okay, I'll go back on my files. This is another reason, you know, this is one of the other things is I'm going to show you some troubleshooting tips. This is not showing up in my album. So what I will do is I'm just going to leave it just like that. I can go right into my documents where everything is found, and I'll go look for this picture, see what the error is, and then change it. So I'll be back. Okay, let me start again. We are going to add another photo, so you go down here in the lower left, add more photos, and I will put in here because it shows I have it. Sometimes it's just better to write in the first part. There is my B. Okay. I open that up, and then I can add my next photo. You will find your own technique and whatever works out for you. This is what I do. In this particular case, I have 3 pictures, and I'll add that. In the past, we have had problems adding more than 2 pictures at a time, and I'll also show you what to do there. Now I will label everything, and before I post it, when I post it, it will go to the group site. I'll make sure that all of my labels match my text at the bottom and the text labels on the top. So we'll do this one, and sometimes we'll see that we've left something out. This one's 3910B. This one's by me. Now this is one of the ones that I had help with because I couldn't complete it. So I had someone help me. 3910B, it's there. On 3910C, nope, now see, I didn't write pic. It has to say pic. EI 3910C. Now this picture was not done by me. So we always give credit to whoever does the pictures, the text, or whatever. And I hope I can spell his name right. And I don't think I did, but I can always go back in and change it when I edit the picture. There's 2 B's. 2 B's in John Pierre's name. Okay. Then you post it to the group. That's still not right. That's alright. I'll go back and change it. So you post it to the group. And there it is. It shows up. And you've completed the whole album. I hope I did that up here. Yes, I did. It's all EI 39. That's in its entirety. So that you will put that. Always write at the comment at the bottom of the picture before you go back in the group. You put EI 3910 pics added. And then in this particular case, I would put album for EI 39 complete. Enter. That's all there is to that one. I put in my last picture. If you do make a mistake, I'll just go to another album. As you go to the top, you'll see it says go back to Bubble Witch Saga group. When you do, you will go down and you will see that your new pictures have been added as rest of the whole album, and everything here is listed as well. Now I'm going to go back in and show you another thing to do with your albums. I'll be back in just a minute. I want to get okay. In one of our other videos, you saw that I was just starting level 357 of our next 10 levels, which are called Razor Peaks. And so we need to start a whole new album. And that's how we do this. We upload, click on the upload photos at the top. My very first picture is, of course, level 357, right? Yes, 357. I'm sitting here looking right at it. And see, I spelt my name wrong, so it didn't pull up. So, if something doesn't show, check for spelling, an extra space, or whatever, and they won't show. I open that up. Right away, I'm going to go up here and change the name of my title. The only time you can change the title is when you're uploading a picture. If you've closed everything off and see that it needs changed, you can go in to your album again and blow it up. Click on Add More Photos. Add the photo. Any photo. It doesn't matter. But it makes it available for you to change this title. Then just cancel that photo and then post the pictures. And that's how you can change the title if you get into a problem. This is starting a new level, and it's Razor Peaks, and this first one is level 357. Now, as I add more pictures, when I get into 350, 359, I will add that to this title until I've completed the whole album. And the other thing is, if you just have, 357 and 358 in there, you can also add 358, and you just continue to do that. If you've added 59, then you don't want to have an and there. You just put 357 to 359, or whatever the number may be. I'm just trying to give you an example of different things. If you have any questions ever, just ask. That's all you need to do. This is the only picture I have for this new level. You always state who the picture is by, whether it be by yourself or somebody else. That's all I have. That's all I need to do. If I have more than one picture, I lay it. I did want to show you, though, I didn't show you the markings of that level. You see here, this time I've circled the links. I did forget to draw the lines. I've got to go back and fix this picture. I have to go back and fix this picture, and I'll show you what you need to do. You see that little X up here? The first thing we need to do is we can click remove, or we can click cancel. But when we have more than one picture, you'll need to click remove. And it's nice if you've made the mistake in the middle of a set of pictures, then you need to start loading that album all over from that mistake on. So that's why it's good to just like do a level at a time if you have multiple levels, just to make sure there's no mistakes, then add additional levels as you're going through. So this album, I'm going to have to delete this picture and then come back, but I don't have to close out of here. I can go right into my paint program. So just hold on just a minute and I'll be back to you right away. Okay, since I made a mistake here, I'm going to remove it, or I can click cancel, but I'll go ahead and remove it. And I'll leave it right there. Everything's ready. I go back over to my start, go back up into my paint, and then I retrieve that picture. Now you have to remember, this picture's already been resized, so it's in a smaller format. Because of that, I need to use the thinner line, because if I use the same width, here's the size of your lines, if I use the same width, it will really be thick here. So I'm going to go to a smaller line. First I need to get to my correct color, because when you do your links, you need to show that they connect. And I'll show you how to do that. This is a good opportunity. Links is perfect. Now here, I can use this thinner line, this line. Usually when we're making them, they're at about this line. Let's see how this works. I'll use this line first. It may not be as important for the lines. I got a click line. And I just draw a line. See, it's pretty much the same thickness. Okay, let's try what, I just want to show you what the different thicknesses look like. But that was at that thickness. That goes back to this is what you're usually doing your line is. See, I did go down to a size smaller, and that did work. So I got to draw my lines, connecting my, oh, that's too thin. That is too thin. Play around. I could have sworn that's what I used. We'll use this one after all. I guess it's when you get into the smaller size pictures. When we have multiple pictures, we have to make them in a smaller size, which is explained in your text that I have posted above these pictures. Okay, we got that one. Now we still have to show this too, because this goes, these links will all connect depending on, and make sure your lines are straight, whether they're slanted or not slanted. Okay, that one's fine. We're going to save it. I got my marks, and that's another thing. You need to, this is a good way to show you whether or not you made a mistake. So I'm getting to show you some troubleshooting areas as well. So we go back in here and pull my picture up. And click on the JPEG. And my picture will show up again, and this